For more, let's welcome in Brandon Arnold. Brandon, the Executive Vice President at the National Taxpayers Union. Brandon, great to see you, sir. So you say it has to start with spending and taxes. We have huge inflection points coming up. Tell us what those are. How do you see it shaping up here?
Yeah, I mean, taxes are so important to our economy, and I think that's where Biden has gotten things wrong, where Trump got things right. We saw a major tax relief package under Trump in 2017. Unfortunately, at the end of next year, most of that tax package is going to disappear. So that bigger child tax credit that so many working class families rely upon, those lower tax rates that have kept our economy afloat during tough times, all those are going to go up, and we'll see trillions of dollars of tax increases unless Congress and whoever's in the White House next year can go about their business and protect American taxpayers from one of the worst economic calamities that could occur if they don't act.
Well, and yet another reason for not only going in and looking at voting for President Trump, but also the down ballot races and to have the House and Senate controlled in Republican hands, because they're going to obviously be more helpful in that area. I noticed the RNC platform, and it was right close to the top of the list after immigration, by the way. But there was inflation, and there were tax cuts, and it actually said one of the points was to lower taxes for workers. And then this whole thing about no taxes on tips. That's an interesting one. It sounds great. Love the idea. How would that actually work in practice exactly?
Yeah, I have a lot of concerns about this policy, to be honest with you here, because what you're talking about doing is providing a better tax treatment for earnings for some employees than others. So if you are stocking the shelves at the Safeway or helping check people out at Target, you're not getting that tax benefit. But if you are slinging drinks behind the bar or you're a server, you do get a tax benefit. So it treats working class Americans differently. And what we would see, I think this is a kind of an annoying occurrence that has taken place over the last year or so. Everyone wants a tip. So you go to pay for a cup of coffee and you get a little kiosk, give me an extra $1 or $2. That's tipflation. Well, that's going to pop up everywhere. So you're going to see those little kiosks, those requests at the Safeway or Albertsons. You're going to see that maybe when you go to the dentist or doctor, everyone's going to want their money, their compensation to come in the form of tips rather than in salary and in wages. So you're going to see a lot of kind of contortion to get people to get their income in a manner that's more tax favorable.
Interesting. Wouldn't there be a workaround potentially, though? I mean, to keep it equal as it relates to workers at, let's say, whatever, Target versus in Vegas somewhere, or any place, a restaurant anywhere in America. You wonder if they couldn't work that out.
You would have to find some way to do that, because otherwise you would have workers that are performing similar jobs, maybe different jobs, but similar jobs that have very, very different tax rates, effective tax rates. And that's just not fundamentally fair. So I get what we're talking about here. We're talking about helping working class Americans, and their taxes are too high. We do need to find ways to reduce those taxes. The first thing is to lock in what Trump did right in 2017, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Keep those rates low, keep that child tax credit doubled, the standard deduction doubled, so a lot of Americans don't have to itemize their taxes. They can do taxes in a simpler fashion. And let's find ways to help stimulate economic growth, to create as many jobs for working class Americans, people that are struggling with this high inflation. If we can get inflation lower and we can stimulate job growth, then I think a lot of these problems that are really troubling Americans will disappear or get smaller.
Brandon Arnold, up against a tight break. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stuff. To Terrence.